In my 14 years of journey as an IIT JEE Maths faculty, I have seen students facing a lot of problems, especially in questions of summations in Binomial Theorem. So in this video, I am going to simplify your life by giving you 5 different kinds of questions and 5 different types of tricks how to solve those 5 different types of questions based on series in Binomial Theorem. So without any further delay, let us start with it. Now if I look into this next 2024 question, it is nothing but very simple question. The first step, write the general term. It is nothing but 11CR by R plus 1. Now in the second step, what we will do is we will multiply by 12 and divide by 12. The reason is that now here the formula will get generated. NCR into n plus 1 by r plus 1 can be written as n plus 1 CR plus 1. This is a very important result that we'll use in solving lot of such problems. So this will become nothing but, this was 11. This will become 12 CR plus 1 by 12. Now let us go back to the series and rewrite it. So 1 by 12 will remain outside. What we have got is 12C. If I put 1, will become 2. Then 12C3, and this will go up till 12C. If I put 9, this will become 10. You can see that out of the whole series, there are few terms that are missing. What are the missing terms? Missing terms are nothing but the first two and the last two. And first two and the last two terms will have similar values. So what I can do is, I can say that from 2 raised to the power 12, that is total sum. There are 2 times first term, that will become nothing but 1. And second term, that will become nothing but 12 is missing. Now in the next part, if I simplify this, so 1 by 12 by 4096 minus 26 will come. That is nothing but 1 by 12 into 4070. And now if I simplify this, let us see what do I get. So ultimately, this simplified divided by 2. So this will become 2035 divided by 6. The question says that this is nothing but n by m. So this will become n, this will become m. They are asking the value of the sum. That will become 2041, which is our answer. Now if I look into this next 2024 question, it talks about alpha, that is nothing but the multiplication of these binomial coefficients. And then beta, that is nothing but the multiplication of this binomial coefficient. And then they are comparing 5 alpha with 6 beta and asking us to find the value of n. So the first step would be to find the value of alpha. So if I write this general term, that is where this story will start. It can be written as nck by nck by k plus 1. Now if I just multiply and divide by n plus 1, I will be able to apply the formula. This term would in turn be written as nothing but n plus 1 ck plus 1. Now what is the advantage of doing so? Because in the next step now we are going to rewrite the series. So 1 upon n plus 1 will come out. And what we have got is nc naught, because the series starts with k is equal to 0. n plus 1 c1 plus nc1 n plus 1 c2, so on and so forth. This is what is given to us. Now if I want to find the sum, in the next step, I will have to take multiplication of two series. 1 plus x raised to the power n, that would be nc naught, nc1 into x, nc2 into x square, and then reverse the series and increase the power by 1, n plus 1. This will be nc naught, n plus 1 c naught, x raised to the power n plus 1, n plus 1 c1, x raised to the power n, so on and so forth. Now what is happening is, when we are multiplying these two series, this term will get multiplied by this term and generate the series. So as a result, in 1 plus x raised to the power 2n plus 1, coefficient of x raised to the power n will get generated, and hence the sum of this series will become nothing but 2n plus 1 cn. So now if you want to write the value of alpha, it is nothing but 2n plus 1 cn by n plus 1. This is the first part of the question. Using multiplication of binomial coefficient, we have figured out the answer. We can do the same thing for the second part as well. So in the second part now, in order to find the value of beta, we will do the same thing. Let us write the term nck into nck plus 1 by k plus 2 is written. We will multiply and divide by n plus 2. N plus 1. And once I do so, simplification will automatically happen. Now this part can be simplified and can be written as nothing but n plus 1 ck plus 2 by n plus 1. This is nothing but the value of beta, summation of this. Now we do not need to worry about this summation and beta now. This will consider in the last part. Now from here, if I rewrite the series in the next part, so let us see how does the series will look like. So this will become nc naught into n plus 1 c2 plus nc1 n plus 1 c3, so on and so forth. So in order to get this series in the next part, let us do multiplication of binomials. So we will write an expansion 1 plus x raised to the power n, nc naught nc1 into x, so on and so forth. We will write another one, 1 x plus 1 raised to the power n plus 1, and this will become n plus 1 c naught x raised to the power n plus 1, n plus 1 c1 x raised to the power n, and n plus 1 c2 x raised to the power n minus 1. See, now if we want to generate this series, this term will get multiplied to this term, and as a result, what will happen? On the left hand side, we will get 1 plus x raised to the power 2n plus 1. And here we want the coefficient of x raised to the power n minus 1. That in turn can be written as 2n plus 1 cn minus 1. We have got this. In the next step, if I want to write the value of beta, let us see what is the value of beta. So the value of beta will become nothing but 2n plus 1 cn minus 1 divided by n plus 1. Now if I move towards the next step, that is the third step. What the question is saying, let us look into it. They are saying that 5 alpha is equal to 6 beta. So 5 times alpha, that is 2n plus 1 cn is equal to 6 times 2n plus 1 cn minus 1. If I simplify this, this can be written as 5 into 2n plus 1 factorial divided by n plus 1 factorial into n factorial. This can be written as 2n plus 1 factorial divided by n plus 2 factorial into n minus 1 factorial. If I simplify, what is going to happen? These factorial notations will get cancelled out. This will become n plus 2. This will become n. So what we have is nothing but 5n plus 10 is equal to 6n, or the value of n comes out to be 10. Now this very interesting 2024 question talks about two sequences, and it turns out that there is a lot of NCR involved, but this is not a binomial expansion. These are exponential series. Now let us look into this, the A part first. So if I look into the first series, what is happening is, this A can be written as, the general term in the A can be written as nothing but, I am writing the value of Tn, and any general term I can write Tr also, there is no issue, can be written as Rc2, and you can see that first term R is 1, second R is 2, so Rc2, and the bottom will become R plus 1 factorial. Now if I write it down, let us see what do I get. This can be in turn written as R factorial bar R minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial into R plus 1 factorial. Now we can see that if I want to simplify this, it can be done. I can just multiply and divide by R plus 1. And if I do it so, you can see that this will become R plus 1 factorial will get cancelled out. So what is the value of TR? So TR is nothing but 1 by 2 R plus 1 into R minus 2 factorial. Now we can generate r plus 1 factorial here if instead of this we multiply with r into r minus 1 in the numerator. If I multiply this r into r minus 1, then what we have got is nothing but r into r minus 1, and in denominator 2 into r plus 1 factorial. Why it is so important to get? Because now we will try and break it down. Now this is the most interesting part that we should focus on. Now what we can do is we can write r into r minus 1 as nothing but a into r plus 1 into r plus b into r plus 1 and c. Now this is the kind of a partial fraction that we are using in order to break down the series into multiple series. Now once I do it so, from the comparison of the coefficient of r square, a will come out to be equal to 1. In order to find the value of b, now what we can do is we can put r is equal to 1. And if I do it so, left hand side becomes 0. A is 1, right hand side will become 2. And if you have put b is equal to 1, this will become 2b plus c. And the last, what we can do is we can put the value of r as nothing but 0. And if I do it so, what will happen? Left hand side will again become 0. This term will also become 0. What we have is nothing but b plus c. Once we have this, now we can subtract them and figure out the value of b. So if I subtract them, the value of b comes out to be minus 2 and the corresponding value of c comes out to be 2. So we have got the value of ABC. What is the benefit of doing so? Let us see. So in the next part, what we are going to do, we are going to split this series. So your TR now can be written as nothing but 1 by 2 can be taken outside. First is r into r plus 1 divided by r plus 1 factorial. Second is nothing but minus 2 times r plus 1 by r plus 1 factorial. And the third one is nothing but 2 by r plus 1 factorial. This is how we can write it. Now what is the benefit of writing it like this? Let us write it down. So 1 by 2 times 1 by r minus 1 factorial will come. This will be 2 by r factorial, and this is nothing but 2 by r plus 1 factorial. Now if I want to write this series, let us see what do we get. So in the third part, if I want to write the value of a, there was 1, and then now r is equal to 2 onwards. If you look into this, we are putting the value from r is equal to 2 to infinity. So if I put 2 here, what kind of series I will be able to generate? So this will become 1 by 2. The first term, if I put 2 here, will become nothing but 1 factorial, and 1 by 2 factorial will come so on and so forth. For the next part, if I multiply 2, it becomes minus, and then this will start with 2 factorial, 1 by 3 factorial till infinity. And the last one would become nothing but plus 1 by 3 factorial plus 1 by 4 factorial till infinity. Now important result to note here is nothing but the expansion of e raised to the power x. E raised to the power x expansion, if I write, it is 1 plus x by 1 factorial, x square by 2 factorial till infinity. So here if I put x equal to 1, the value of e comes out to be 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial till infinity. So now if I substitute these values, let us see what happens to this expression that we have figured out. So 1 will remain, this will become nothing but e minus 1. The second part will become nothing but e minus 1 minus 1. And the third part will become plus e minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 by 2. Now let us simplify and see what do we get ultimately. If I simplify, we have 1 plus e by 2 minus 1 by 2. Second part will become minus e plus 2. And the last part will become nothing but e minus 2 minus 1 by 2. So this 2 will get cancelled out. This minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, 1 will get cancelled out. This e will also get cancelled out. So ultimately what is remaining is nothing but e by 2. This is what is left. See, once we have only got this, we have got the value of A. Now, if I do a similar step for B, let us see what is the value of B part. So, let us slowly now move towards the B part. In this step 2, or the part 2 of the question, if I look into a general term for this B, it is nothing but, you can see that it starts with NC naught and goes till R. If I write, the top will become 2 raised to the power R and the bottom will become R factorial. So, if I rewrite the series for B, let us see what do we get. It's the first term, the value of R will be equal to 0. So, it is 1 factorial. If I put R is equal to 0, so 0, the next part will become 2 by 1 factorial, so on and so forth. So, you can see that this is the same thing in e raised to the power x series. That was 1 plus x by 1 factorial, x square by 2 factorial. What we have done, we have just put x is equal to 2. So, e square will look like this, 1 plus 2 by 1 factorial plus 2 square by 2 factorial and so on. So, clearly from here the value of B comes out to be nothing but e square. Now, let us go back to the question and see what they are asking. In this question they are asking the value of this expression 2 times B. B is nothing but e square and A was nothing but e by 2 whole square. If I simplify this, this comes out to be 8.
If you like this video, you will also like PracBee's unique one-on-one last mile journey program. In this program, we sit with the student, understand their preparation till this point of time, and based on that, in step 2, we write a customized planner just for you to help you optimize your marks in JEE Mains exam based on whatever preparation you have done. In the step 3, we sit with you one-on-one by a set of faculties aligned by PracBee and help you implement the customized plan that we wrote for you. Students have come to us with limited, no or good preparation and all have been able to score their marks to a large extent. Ashish, using this program, was able to improve his fortunes by lot, starting from 95 percentile in JEE Mains attempt 2 to getting selected for mechanical in IIT Madras. Ditya, over a period of time, was able to crack into JEE Advanced using this program. If you think that this seems interesting to you, click on the link below in the description, fill the required details and somebody from my team will get in touch with you.